Welcome back to Anvil Vault Breakers. In this video I want to talk to you about the bosses in the game and how they need a huge rework. Most of them are decent. They're good encounters, the bosses are quite cool, the mechanics are good. But then for some reason you get to the final planet in one of the galaxies and it just goes downhill like very quickly. So I've been playing a lot more of the game recently. I've just jumped back into it because the first couple of times I played I did enjoy it. I'm still enjoying it now, but these bosses are becoming increasingly frustrating. And I would really like, I know it's game preview, it's early access, so hopefully putting this feedback through, if the developers ever see it or anything, if it gets forwarded or whatever, hopefully they can make some changes to make this a more fun experience. Because as it is, the game has 3 galaxies that become more difficult each one you progress through, and you can upgrade your breakers, which are your characters, and it's just about making that game progress. You get relics which allow you to go back in to another, go into another run a bit stronger. You can also get these little toy things that will increase your weapon power and things like that. And then there's like a whole skill tree and everything to it, but you jump into the first galaxy, complete that one. I'm currently on the 2nd out of 3, and I'm making it through. I'm partnering up, I'm matchmaking to find other players for my team. And it's been successful. Sometimes it does take a little while to find players, but I'm jumping into a game. In the 2nd galaxy, there are 7 different planets you have to play through, and it's taken around 20 to 25 minutes each run, because we're making it to the 7th planet, and we're getting close to taking these bosses down. But if you look in the top left corner of the screen, and I've got 2 examples of this happening, you will see that my teammates are going down. They're being one-tapped from full health down to nothing, and then I didn't notice because there's nothing really on your screen when you're focusing on a boss to show you that your teammates are down. You can look in the top left and you can see the status. You can look in the top middle and it will say no respawns available, or it will say no energy, whatever it is, to respawn. It will say that a friendly or ally breaker is down. But when you're concentrating on taking down a boss, you're not paying attention to that part of the screen. So my teammates in this first example got wiped pretty much from full health, both of them. Then I got wiped, that was game over. And then in the second example, it's a different boss, but again it's on the 7th planet. And one of the teammates goes down fairly early. Me and the other player carry on trying to take this boss down. And you get close to the final phase because these bosses come in with up to 4 times health bars. And you carry on fighting and fighting and fighting, and then I had 130,000 health. My hit points were 130k. And I got taken down to about 17 or 18,000 in the space of a second in about 5 hits off this boss. And then my teammate, right towards the end, gets slapped from full health to absolutely nothing in the matter of a second. In the early phases of these boss fights, you seem to be okay with taking damage, it's not too powerful, but you get to the final phase, and I know it's supposed to be quite tough, but for the 2nd galaxy in the game it seems to be a little bit overpowered. Just the fact that I went from about 100,000 health down to about 18,000 in the span of 1 second, I think it needs to be reworked quite a lot. I know there's strategies and stuff and there's a lot of mechanics involved, but it just seems as though it's such a big increase in the damage dealt from the bosses. And not only that, some breakers are completely useless in this game, some are really good. There's just a lot of stuff that needs work, so I'm very glad the game's in game preview or early access. And I feel with the right feedback, if the developers listen, they can do a fantastic job with it for when it does come out of early access. But right now, I feel the bosses, especially, not even all of them, the 7th planet on the 2nd galaxy, the end bosses of each galaxy need to be reworked because they get to their final phases and they're so difficult to take down. I know you can keep your range and things like that, but they change up their, you would have to go in and play against that boss several times to get used to the mechanics, to know all the attacks, and I feel you're still going to struggle after that. But that's my thoughts, my opinions, my feedback for the 7th planet boss in the 2nd galaxy on Anvil Vault Breakers. that's going to wrap up the video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. If you've got this far into the game, if you play it, do you feel the same? Do you feel different? Let me know all of your opinions and everything in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it.